Welcome to all. My name is Dr. K. Sujata, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Government Degree College, Kukatpalli. Today I am going to discuss about null space and a rank of a matrix. In this topic, we discuss the following subtopics: null space, rank of a matrix, nullity, theorems, and problems. In previous lectures, I completed what is the row space, column space, what is the basis of a row space and column space. Now we discuss about the null space. What is the definition of the null space? If A is an m by n matrix, then the set of all solutions of the homogeneous system of linear equations Ax equal to 0 is a subspace of R to the power of n. Then it is called a null space of A, which is denoted by null space of A is equal to the set x belongs to R to the power of n such that Ax equal to 0. Zero matrix. Ax equal to 0 means that is the zero matrix. So in this A is an m by n matrix, then the set of all homogeneous system of linear equations Ax equal to 0 forms a subspace of R to the power of n is called the null space of A, which is denoted as null space A, and it is defined in the form of set, that is null space of A is equal to x belongs to R to the power of n such that Ax equal to 0 matrix. Now we have to prove that the null space is a subspace of R to the power of n. So what is the definition of the subspace of a subspace of a vector space? Any subset of a vector space satisfies closure under vector addition, closure under scalar multiplication. Then we say that that subset is called as a subspace of the vector space. By using that definition, now we have to prove the null space is a subspace of R to the power of n. Because of A is an m by n matrix means m rows are the belongs to R to the power of m space. n rows mean n columns means that belongs to the R to the power of n space. That's why here the null space is a subspace of R to the power of n. So now by using the definition of the subspace of a vector space, first null space is a subset of R equal to R to the power of n, and null space is a non-empty set. Since because A multiply with the zero matrix, we can get zero matrix. That's why at least zero matrix exists in the null space of A. Then we say that null space is a non-empty set. Let x1, x2 belongs to null space of E. By the definition of the null space of a matrix equation, therefore Ax equal to 0 matrix. That's why where the taking the two elements x1 comma x2 belongs to null space of A, therefore it implies Ax1 equal to 0 matrix and Ax2 equal to 0 matrix by the definition of the null space of a matrix. Then I will take the A into x1 plus x2. That can be written as Ax1 plus Ax2, that is equal to, by the definition x1, x2 belongs to null space of A. Therefore these two elements satisfies these two matrices satisfies this condition, Ax1 equal to 0 matrix and Ax2 equal to 0 matrix. That's why substitute that values here, Ax1 equal to 0 matrix plus Ax2 equal to 0, that is equal to 0. That means A into x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. That means 0 matrix. That means vector addition is closure. Vector addition is closure. That means null space of a matrix is closed under vector addition. Similarly, we can prove that null space is closed under scalar multiplication. For that, I can take the A into C into x1 because of by scalar multiplication, it is the multiply with a scalar C. It is equal to C into AX1 equal to C into 0, that is C into 0 matrix. Therefore, C into any multiply with 0 matrix, that will be 0. That means A into Cx1 is also 0. That means the null space is a closed under scalar multiplication. By the definition of the subspace of a vector space, two conditions. One is closed under vector addition, closed under scalar multiplication. Then the subset forms a subspace of a vector space. That's why here, by using that definition, null space of A is closed under vector addition, null space of A is closed under scalar multiplication. Then we say that null space of A is a subspace of R to the power of n. The null space is also called as a solution space of the homogeneous system Ax equal to 0. Whatever the solution is there for the Ax equal to 0, that is also called as a solution space, that is also called as a null space of a matrix A. So this is the null space. So null space is always a subspace of R to the power of n. By using the definition of the subspace of a vector space, so we can prove easily they are closed under vector addition. It is closed under scalar multiplication. Then we say that null space A, capital NS means null space of A is a subspace of R to the power of n. Remember that null space is also called as a solution space of the homogeneous system Ax equal to 0 matrix. Now we discuss about the example. Finding the solution space or null space of a homogeneous system with the quotient matrix A as follows. A equal to 1, 2, minus 2, 1, 3, 6, minus 5, 4, 1, 2, 0, 3. This is the A matrix we have to take. And therefore, now we have to find the null space of this matrix. Null space of A is the solution space of the Ax equal to 0. That is the homogeneous system of equations. Homogeneous system of equations. Homogeneous system means the right side will be 0 matrix. Then the system is called as a homogeneous system. Whatever the solution of this system is called as the null space of a matrix A. To find the solution of this homogeneous system equation Ax equal to 0 matrix, therefore we can consider the augmented matrix. Augmented matrix means A matrix comma 0 matrix, that can be represented in square bracket. Therefore, A matrix with addition means added by the column vector of the 0 matrix. Therefore, the augmented matrix A is the augmented matrix of A0 is equal to 1 to A matrix, right, like this. Therefore, these 3 rows and the column matrix of 0 matrix is 0, 0, 0, right? That is called as a augmented matrix. By using the elementary row operations, therefore it can be reduced to echelon form. How to reduce the echelon form? Taking the first row of first element, by using this first row first element, then you have to make it the second row first element 0 and third row first element will be 0. By using this row to make it, it will be 0 and it will be 0. What are the operations we have to take to reduce that one into echelon form? Therefore, here 3 is there. This is the second row. This is the first row. That's why R21 minus 3. Multiply with the first row by minus 3. Then add to second row. We can get this will be 0. Similarly, by making the third row first element is 0 by using the row operation R21 minus 1. R21 minus 1. That means multiply with the minus 1 by first row and then add to third row. We can get 1 minus 1. It will be 0. That's why we can get this form. And also making the echelon form means always it will be 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 like this. Therefore, by some more elementary operations, then we can get this is the reduced echelon form. This is also called as Gauss-Jordan echelon form. Therefore, 1 2 0. So first one, this one 1 2 0 3 0 0 0 1 1 1 0. Last row is all zeros. So this is the reduced echelon form. Already you know that how to the elementary operations can be applied for the augmented matrix by using the echelon, by using the row transformations. So by that we can get this reduced echelon form. Therefore, in this, now find the solution of the given homogeneous system of equation Ax equal to 0 matrix. That's why here what is this one? X1, this is multiply with x2, this is multiply with x4, this is the variables x1, x2, x3, x4, last equal to 0. That's why x1 plus 2x2 plus 3x4 equal to 0. That is the one of the linear equation. Next, x1 into 0 is 0, x2 into 0 is 0, 1 into x3 is x3 plus x4 equal to 0. So these two system of equations, linear equations we can get. Therefore, here these are the, we can get infinitely many solutions. That's why we can write here is x3 plus x4 is equal to 0. For that x4 I can take as a t. That means x4 equal to t. x3 is equal to minus t because of x3 plus x4 is equal to 0. Therefore, x3 is equal to minus t. Similarly, in the first linear equation, what is the first linear equation? X1 plus 2x2 plus 3x4 is equal to 0. Here are three variables are there. Only one value you know that x4 equal to t. Here only two variables are unknown variables. That's why one more unknown variable can be taken as x2 is equal to yes. x2 is equal to yes here. We can get x1 is equal to minus 2s minus 3t. Therefore, we can get this one, x1 is equal to minus 2s minus 3t, x2 is equal to yes, x3 equal to minus t, x4 equal to t. Now write the X matrix is because of Ax equal to 0 means the column of the matrix X is equal to x1, x2, x3, x4. That's why here getting X equal to x1, x2, x3, x4 column matrix, that is equal to, write the x1 in this minus 2s minus 3t, x2 is yes, x3 is minus t, x4 is equal to t. Here is equal to, in this matrix, column matrix, I can take the S is common. S is common. What do you get? S into, here is the, what is the quotient of S? Minus 2. Here is the second or first element is S. That is why 1. So here there is no S. Here there is no S. That's why minus 2, 1, 0, 0. S is common. This is the quotients. Plus T is common from this matrix. Therefore, here get minus 3. Second row there is no T. That's why here getting 0. So here minus 1. Here 1. So these are the coefficients of T, that is getting another column of the matrix. Therefore, this is write it as a V1. This the first column of the matrix can be taken as V1. The second column of the matrix is taken V2. Therefore, what is the null space of A? These two column vectors forms a solution space of the given matrix. Therefore, these two columns, what is the V1, V2, forms a solution space of a matrix A or null space of a matrix A. This is the way to find out the solution space or null space of a matrix. Always you have to remember null space of a matrix means to find the solution for the homogeneous system of equation Ax equal to 0 matrix. To find the solution of the Ax equal to 0 matrix, taking the augmented matrix A 0 matrix. That can be written in the form of augmented matrix. We can get this one by using the Gauss-Jordan echelon form. That means using the row elementary operations. That means 100 form. Therefore, we can get this type of reduced echelon form matrix and can get by taking the linear equations of this matrix. Therefore, we can get these two column vectors forms a solution of the null space of a matrix A. Finding the basis for the column space of a matrix. How to find the basis for the column space of a matrix. In a previous class already I told how to find out the basis for the row space of a matrix and column space of a matrix. Here also one more example I will explain here to comparison of the null space and column space and row space. That's why here taking the A matrix is this one. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows are there. 4 columns are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 columns. Therefore, to find the basis for the column space of a matrix, already we find the row space of a matrix for this matrix in the previous lecture. So now find the basis for the column space of this matrix. Since column space of a matrix A is equal to row space of a matrix A power T. A power T means A transpose. A transpose. Rows and columns always interchange. The columns will be changed to rows. Rows will be changed to columns. That's why column space of A is equal to row space of A power T. That you have to remember. This is the important point to remember this one. Column space of A is equal to row space of A power T, because of columns and rows will be interchanged in the A transpose of a matrix. To find the basis of the column space of a matrix A is equivalent to find the basis for the row space of a matrix A power T. Because of already told this formula, column space of A is equal to row space of A transpose. That means to find the basis for the column space of a matrix A is equivalent to find the basis of the row space of a matrix A power T. Now write the A transpose. A transpose means rows will be changed to columns, columns will be changed to rows. Write the first column has a row, that is 1 0 minus 3 3 2. Like this you have to write this 4 rows. Therefore columns rows will be changed to columns. We can get this is the row space of a, this is the A transpose. Sorry. Therefore, by reducing the by reducing into echelon form by using row elementary operations, therefore we can get the here to solve all this. It takes time. Therefore, you can solve it in your home. It is easily to find out. Already in matrices, we have to know how to reduce the echelon form. So by using the first row first element, the other two second row first element, third row first element, and fourth row first element will be 0. Like this you have to make it into reduced echelon form. We can get finally this is the reduced echelon form matrix. In this, see here how many non-zero rows are there. First row, second row, third row, W1, W2, W3 forms are the non-zero rows of a matrix A power T. A power T means A transpose. So the fourth row will be 0. Therefore, this is not considered as a basis for the row space. That's why the first row second row W1, W2, W3. Three rows forms a basis for the matrix A power T. A power T means A transpose. So therefore, a basis for the column space of A is equal to a basis for the row space of A power transpose. Already you know the definition of the row space of A means the non-zero row vectors forms a basis for the row space of a vector space. That's why here a basis for the row space of A power T is equal to the non-zero row vectors of B. Therefore, here, what are the non-zero vectors in the previous slide? W1, W2, W3. Therefore, that can be written as W1, W2, W3, three rows that can be written in the form of columns. We can get these three columns. This is the basis for the column space of a matrix. This is the basis for the column space of a matrix. So what is the So here like this, we have to find the basis for the column space of A matrix A. Here we have to remember column space of A is equal to row space of A power T. Row space of A means the number of non-zero rows in that matrix forms a basis for the row space of A. That's why A power T, because of in column space we can't reduce into echelon form. It is too difficult for that. That's why always you have to take the transpose of A, and by using the elementary row operations we can get the reduced echelon form. In this we find the three non-zero rows that forms a basis for the row space of A power T. Row space of A power T is equal to, that is a basis for the column space of A, that is equal to the non-zero row vectors of B is W1, W2, W3, that can be written in the form of columns. Therefore, it forms a basis for the column space of a matrix E. Next, we will discuss theorem. Row and column space have equal dimensions. Row and the column space have equal dimensions. Because of already in the previous examples we discussed, therefore, now what is the statement of the theorem? If A is an m by n matrix, then the row space and column space of A have the same dimension. Dimension of row space of A is equal to dimension of column space of A. That means the dimensions of the row space and column space are equal. Already in the previous examples, here the column space, the basis of the column space is 3. Here three vectors forms a basis for the column space of A. Therefore, the dimension of the column space is 3. In the previous lecture, I told already the basis of the same for this matrix, row space of a matrix is also 3. That's why in these two examples, A is an 5 by 4 matrix. Dimension of row space of A is equal to basis in the number of vectors in the basis of a row space of A, that is equal to 3. And dimension of the column space of A is equal to the number of vectors in the basis for the column space of A. It is also 3. So in the previous example already we proved. Now we have to prove that dimension of row space of A is equal to dimension of column space. The dimension of the row or column space of a matrix A is called the rank of A. This is very important. The dimension of the row or column space. The dimension of the row space or column space of a matrix A is called the rank of A. Already in the previous theorem we discussed row and column space have equal dimensions. That's why the dimension of the row space or column space of a matrix A is called the rank of A. Rank of A is equal to dimension of row space of A is equal to dimension of column space of A. This is the definition of the rank of a matrix. Rank of a matrix, always you have to remember the dimension of the row space or the dimension of the column space of a matrix. Nullity. Nullity means the dimension of the null space of A is called nullity of A. Nullity of A is equal to dimension of null space of A. Dimension of null space of A means the number of vectors in the basis of a null space of a vector is called nullity of A. These two are very important definitions you have to remember. Rank of A and nullity of A matrix. One more important theorem now we have to discuss, dimension of the solution space. If A is an m by n matrix of rank R, then the dimension of the solution space of Ax equal to 0 is n minus R. If A is an m by n matrix of rank R, then the dimension of the solution space of Ax equal to 0 is n minus R. That means the number of columns of a matrix A is equal to rank of A plus nullity of A. That means number of columns means here n is the number of columns of the matrix. They are the number of unknown variables in that matrix is called as a n. Therefore, n equal to rank of A. Rank of A is R plus nullity of A is n minus R. R minus R cancel, we can get the same n. So this is the important theorem. You have to remember the number of columns of a matrix A is equal to rank of A plus nullity of A. Since rank of A is equal to R, the reduced echelon form of the augmented matrix A is 0 matrix after Gauss-Jordan method should be like this. So therefore, the A matrix M by N matrix can be reduced to A is the M by N matrix and augmented matrix is 0. We have to take that echelon form of the augmented matrix A0 matrix can be reduced to echelon form. It should be in the form of like this. See here. So these are the R rows. This is the M minus R. This is the R columns, N minus R columns. These are all N minus R columns. This is the R columns. Here also R, M minus R. We can get the R plus M minus R means M rows. Here R plus N minus R means N columns. That's why here write like this. From the previous theorem, the non-zero vectors of B, which is a reduced echelon form of A, forms a basis for the row space of A. Already in the previous theorem, we discussed about the row space of A means the number of non-zero row vectors of reduced echelon form is called as a basis for the row space of A. From the definition of the rank of A is equal to dimension of rank of A, that is equal to R. Here see in the reduced echelon form matrix, how many non-zero rows are there? R rows are there. So therefore these are the up to this one. These are the R non-zero rows. Therefore they form a basis for the row space of A. That's why by the definition of the rank of A is equal to the number of non-zero vectors in the basis of row space of A is called as the dimension of the row space of A, that is equal to R. According to the above two factors, the reduced echelon form should have R non-zero rows, like in the left matrix. Therefore, here represented that are the R non-zero rows. Therefore, the corresponding system of linear equations write in the form of, therefore, x1 plus x2 into 0 plus x3 into 0 plus x4 into c11, like this we have to write it. Therefore, CR plus 1, XR plus 1, like this we write the system of linear equations corresponding to the reduced echelon form of the matrix. We can get this system of linear equations. Solving the first R variables. How many variables are there? R variables are there. So in terms of last n minus 1 parametric variables produces n minus r vectors in the basis of the solution space. Consequently, the solution space of the X equal to R is n minus r 0, n minus r vectors. Therefore, that means the dimension of the solution space of X equal to 0 is n minus r. That means because of there are n minus r free variables are there, free variables. Therefore, that means n minus r free variables are there. That is called as the dimension of the solution space of X equal to 0. Therefore, the dimension of the null space of A is n minus r. That means rank of A is R. The dimension of the null space of A is the nullity of A, that is n minus r. Therefore, R plus n minus r equal to n. N means the number of columns of the matrix A. In the previous examples, the two free variables are there. Therefore, dimension of null space A is 2. Rank of A can be reviewed as the number of leading ones, non-zero rows in the reduced row echelon form for solving Ax equal to 0 matrix. Always you have to remember rank of A means the number of non-zero rows in the reduced row echelon form is for solving Ax equal to 0 matrix. Nullity of the matrix A means as the number of free variables in the reduced echelon form for solving Ax equal to 0 matrix. That you have to remember. What is the dimension of the solution space? Already it is over. Now find the rank and nullity of a matrix. Now discuss about the example. Let the column vectors of the matrix A be denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. How many columns are there? 5 columns are there, 4 rows are there. Therefore, always you have to remember the column vectors can be represented A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. In this matrix A, we find the rank and nullity of A. Find the subset of column vectors of A that forms a basis for the column space of A. If possible, write the third column of A as the linear combination of the first two columns. In this, we have 3 bits. First, find the rank and nullity of this matrix and find a subset of column vectors of A that forms a basis for the column space of A. If possible, write the third column of A as the linear combination of the first two columns. So first write the A matrix. What is the A matrix is given? 4 rows and 5 columns. This is a 4 by 5 matrix, and that means 4 rows and 5 columns. 5 columns always represented as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Because of here, find the column vectors of the matrix here to find that one. Derive the, taking the first A is equal to whatever the given matrix A is given, that you have to write it. So by using the row elementary operations, it can be reduced to the matrix B, that is called as a reduced row echelon form. Reduced row echelon form. Already in the previous examples I told. So by using the first row first element, we can make it the second row first element, third row first element, and fourth row first element. Already 2 elements are zeros, so only this one you have to make it as a 0 by using the first row of first element. That means R3, 1 plus 2. Therefore, that means 2 minus 2 plus 2, that will be 0. Like this, we have to make it that one. We can get the, this is the reduced echelon form of the matrix A that can be represented as B. In this matrix, see how many non-zero rows are there? 3 non-zero rows, first, second, third. So here in the reduced echelon form matrix, the columns can be represented as B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. In the previous example, in the previous definitions and examples and theorems, we know that what is the rank of A means the number of non-zero vectors in the row space of a matrix is called as a dimension of the row space of A. That means the dimension of row space of A is equal to dimension of row space of reduced echelon form of A, that is B. That is the number of non-zero rows in the B. How many number of non-zero rows in the B? First row, second row, third row. Fourth will be all zeros, that not is, it is not a zero non-zero row. That's why 3 non-zero rows in the reduced echelon form of the matrix B. Therefore, the rank of A is equal to 3. So because of the definition of rank of A is equal to dimension of the row space of A. Dimension of row space of A is equal to dimension of row space of B, that is equal to the number of non-zero rows of the reduced echelon form of A matrix. Therefore, here 3, we get rank of A is equal to 3. By the previous theorem, what is the nullity of A is equal to n minus rank of A. Therefore, here how many columns are there? How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, n means, this is the n means number of columns of a matrix A minus rank of A is equal to 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. So here getting the nullity of A is equal to n minus rank of A is equal to 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. Therefore, for the second bit, leadings of 1. Leadings of 1 means only it contains the in the form of identity matrix 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0. Like this, how many columns are there? B1, B2, B4, 0 0 1 0. This is in the form of identity matrix. Ante leading ones, leading one rows, leading one columns. B1, B2, B4 is a basis for the column space of B. That means, therefore, what is the, these are the three columns B1, B2, B4. Corresponding columns are in this actual matrix A, A1, A2, A4. That means A1, A2, A4 is a basis for the column space of A. That means A1 is equal to, what is the 1 0 minus 2 0. A2 is equal to 0 minus 1 minus 1 3. A4 is equal to 1 1 minus 1 0. Therefore, these three vectors forms a basis for the column space of a matrix E. See here, rank of A is equal to 3. That means dimension of a row space of A. Here, what is the basis of the column space of A? Here also 3 vectors forms a basis for the column space of A. What is the dimension of the column space of A? It is also 3. That means you have to remember always the dimension of row space of A is equal to the dimension of column space A is equal to rank of A. So in the third, what is that? If possible, write the third column of A has the linear combination of the first two columns. First two columns. Therefore, here B3 is equal to minus, in the previous example, B3 is equal to minus 2B1 plus 3B2. That means here, see here, B3 means here minus 2, 3, 0, 0. Therefore, first multiply with minus 2. Minus 2 B1 plus 3 B2. We can get the B3. Therefore, B3 is equal to minus 2 B1 plus 3 B2. That means it is in the reduced echelon form of B matrix. That corresponds to actual matrix of A. We can write A3 is equal to minus 2A1 plus 3A2. We can check this one. A3 is equal to minus 2A1 plus 3A2. Minus 2 plus 0, that is minus 2. Minus 2 into 0, 0. Into 3 into minus 1, minus 3. Minus 2 into minus 2, 4. Into 3 into minus 1, minus 3. 4 minus 3 equal to 1. So minus 2 into 0 plus 3 into 3, 9. That's why here the A3 column can be written as a minus 2A1 plus 3A2. So because of already know that elementary row operations do not change the relationship between among the columns. That's why whatever the condition satisfied in the reduced echelon form of matrix B, that also satisfies in the matrix A also. That's why here whatever the conditions right in the B1, B2, B4, it also forms a basis for the column space of B. That means the corresponding actual A matrix in that A1, A2, A4 is also forms a basis for the column space of a matrix C. Here B3 equal to write it in the form of minus 2 B1 plus 3 B2, that it is in the reduced echelon form of B, that also same implies in the actual matrix of A. That means A3 is equal to minus 2A1 plus 3A2. That means due to the fact of that elementary row operations do not change the dependency relationship among the columns. So today recall all the definitions of the row space, column space, nullity. So row space means the vector spanned by the row vectors only, that is called as a row space of A. Column space of A means the number of vectors only formed by the column vectors of A. The vectors spanned by the column vectors, that is called as a column space of A. What is the null space? Means the set of all solutions of the homogeneous system of linear equations Ax equal to 0. It is called as the null space of A. Rank of A means dimension of row space of A or dimension of a column space of A. The number of vectors in the basis of a row space of a matrix is called as the rank of A, or similarly the number of vectors in the basis of the column vector space of a column space of a vector space A is called as the rank of A. Nullity of a nullity means the number of vectors in the basis of a null space is called as the nullity of the matrix A. Here we have to remember, this is the main example. We have to remember n is equal to rank of A plus nullity of A. N means the number of columns of a matrix A is equal to rank of A plus nullity of A. This is enough today.